Okay guys, so we're in a 1993 Toyota Supra RZ owned by me. I've always wanted one since I was a kid. First thing I'll say is in the cabin, you know, for a car that's 23 years old, it's pretty quiet. Yeah, there is a little bit of a noise through the dash, but that's expected. You know, there's wrinkles in the dashboard, which is expected from a 23-year-old car. Seating position is perfect. These seats are comfy as. They are electric as well, which is mad. It's got the 6-speed V160 gearbox, which goes into gears easily, lovely, smoothly. And it's got very simple instrument clusters. You've got your rev gauge, you've got your speedo, your fuel gauge, and your water temp. And that's all they've given you. And correct me if I'm wrong, but this is my theory, right? If a manufacturer brought out a car, let's say with an oil pressure gauge or a voltmeter gauge, there's probably a reason why it has one. Sorry about the camera if it's shaking or anything. I am going through the twisties and it is pretty bumpy, which I like. So while we're on that topic about the bumpy roads, the suspension, it has teen coilovers, which are a bit old, and they are a bit making some squeaky noises and rattle noises and stuff like that. So I will probably change them to new teen coilovers. Now I'm going through these twisties, and the funny thing is, right, a lot of people talk shit about the Supra being, you know, very heavy or a boat, but I'm going through these twisties and it is loving it. You can probably hear I've got fuel cut. Yeah, as you might have heard, that was the fuel cutting out, which is a bit annoying. So I think the issue for the fuel cut is maybe we might have to put a fuel cut defender or maybe change the ECU. So it is a 2JZ GTE twin turbo. It's still running the standard twins, the ceramics, not the steelies like the Americans got them. I will say it is very responsive. I love it. You can feel the first turbo kick in, and then at around about 4,000 RPM, you really start to feel the second turbo kicks in. It just hits your back. And a few of my friends told me, because this is still running stock boost, a few of my friends have told me that you actually really start to feel the second turbo kick in with a bit of boost in them. So I can't wait to put a bit more boost in it and see how it goes. Oh, Ford ST, Jamie's mate. Now it's got a simple blitz blower valve on it, nothing so. Am I going to change it? Maybe. I am the turbo man, so if I just get bored, I can just go. I personally think that this car represents me. It's big, and it does have potential if you have some motivation into it. You know, a 2JZ is a bulletproof motor. You know, they can hold up to about 600 horsepower with stock internals, stock head gasket, if they are maintained. The gearbox can hold over 1,000 horsepower. Like, I'm not a mechanic. I know basic mechanical how engines work, but that's the thing that I like about the 2JZ is that, like I said, I'm not a mechanic and I don't know a lot around a car. I know stuff about cars and I know the way they work, but when it comes to working on tools, I'm not the best person to work on. So I wanted a car that's reliable. So hence one of the reasons why I wanted to get it. The other thing why I wanted to get one, I love response and I love torque. It produces, I think, around 430 newton meters of torque, and it has 206 kilowatts. So, fuel economy, what's it like? Well, I just filled up because we were running on empty, and I was getting about 550, 600 out of a tank, which is pretty good. For something that's a 6-litre twin turbo, it is a big tank, maybe that's why. It's a 70-litre tank. But you don't buy these sort of cars for fuel economy, do you? If you're in the market at the moment to buy a Toyota Supra RZ, good luck to you, because they're actually starting to get a little bit more rare now, especially in the manual, and the prices have just gone sky high. I believe, personally, ever since the Fast and the Furious came out, the last one with Paul Walker in it, does she have a name? Yes, she does. I named her Lynn, and the reason why I named her Lynn was because one night I was watching Gone 60 Seconds, and they have a list of girls' names for the cars that they're stealing. And I noticed on their list, I think it was number 47, or close to the end anyway, that they actually had on their list a Toyota Supra. And her name was Lynn. So that's when I was like, oh, that is so cool. And so yeah, that's why I've named her Lynn. And you know what, guys, you don't know something, but I was actually going to get rid of this car. And you're probably thinking, why? You know, you got your dream car and everything. My previous car was an R33. It was super, super clean. It was reliable. It had it was immaculate. I loved it. I'm not raving. I don't want to rave that much, but it was probably one of the cleanest. Thank you. It was probably one of the cleanest R33s I've ever seen. So when I bought this, I did buy it under my budget, which means that it comes with a few bad points, and that's expected. But me being me, I honestly thought that it was just a cosmetic thing, you know, have the ugly body kit. But after driving for a while and then taking it to the mechanics, I did find out a few more bad things about it, which turned me off. You know, I found out that I think at some point it did have the twin turbo brakes. The boost solenoid was not even there. It's got a Blitz boost controller, but it doesn't even work because the solenoid was not there. What else was it? Had 16-inch wheels. It was driving all over the place. The engine bay was disgusting. The inside was all gooey and I got turned off. I seriously did get turned off, and I said to myself, "This is shit. I don't like this car. This is not what I want." I spoke to my mate Jamie, and he said, you know, if it's not making you happy, then just sell it, man. And so I kept thinking about it, and then I also spoke to my mate Ben. Ben's been through a lot, you know. If I was to speak to someone about this sort of situation, it would be Ben, because he's actually gone through 3 motors. So I called Ben and I said to him, dude, I don't like this car anymore. You know, I want to go back into an R33. This is crap. And he's like, why, man? I told him everything, and he's like, man, are you serious? He goes, well, if he goes, you haven't even done anything yet, you know, you haven't even washed it. Maybe, you know, all it needs is a decent polish or something, and, you know, you'll probably, you know, fall in love with it. I'm like, I don't know, man. He goes, you know what then? He goes, let's take it to my house, let's give it a nice vacuum, let's give it a polish, a detail, and we'll sell it. Like Corey, Jamie, and Ben were there, and we started getting into it. We started taking the stupid, ugly body kit that was on it. And by the end of the day, I started falling in love with it. So I've worked 2 jobs, 7 days a week, working public holidays, saving as much money. You know, I've sacrificed seeing my family, I've sacrificed seeing my friends, relationships to achieve this goal. And to be honest, I'm so happy, and it's so worth it. It was one day I was at work, and Car Throttle posted a photo of a Jaguar, and it said in there, The only thing that's stopping you between you and your dream car is the bullshit story you keep telling yourself every day. Alright guys, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll be taking you on this journey of the Supra build and bigger and better things to come. So thanks for watching guys, and see you next time. Okay, what do you got here? This is your car. My car? I said a 10-second car, not a 10-minute car. You could push this across the finish line or tow it. Ha! Couldn't even tow this across the finish line. Hey, no faith. Oh, I have faith in you, but this ain't a junkyard. This is a garage. Pop the hood. Pop the hood. Pop the hood.